A logarithmic function f of x equals 2 log, no base, I wonder what that means, h plus, or x plus h plus k has that limit where f of x is going to hit negative infinity as you approach negative 3 from the right. Oh, it also passes through the point negative 2, 4. I have a calculator here. I don't think I'm going to use it. In fact, I'm not going to. So even though it's a calculator, I'm not going to worry about it. This is what I know. Whenever I have to deal with graphing logs and it looks like that, I'm going to compare it to its actual form, f of x equals a log base b of x plus h plus k. It's actually x minus h. Pardon me, pardon me, pardon me, me. Pardon me, pardon me, me. That does change things here. Now, what do I have? A is 2. And that gives me a vertical stretch here. Not really going to affect based off of the two numbers that I see here. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, log base b, again, not going to really affect anything. Log base 10, not going to affect anything. Don't worry about it. This is what I have to worry about, this statement right here. Okay, if the limit as x approaches negative 3 from the right is my infinity, and this guy is positive, that tells me when graphed, I'm going to have a vertical asymptote at negative 3 because this picture is going to go like that. So again, I'm coming from the right to negative 3 and hitting negative infinity. So that's my guy right there. Whenever I have a vertical asymptote, I know that my vertical asymptote equation is x equals h, which means h is negative 3. So part 1, we're done. H is negative 3. Now k is always going to be where your point is 1 unit to the right of the asymptote. It just so happens that negative 2 and negative 3 are 1 unit away from each other. And since negative 2 is 1 unit to the right of negative 3, that tells me that k is 4. So if I were to write out this equation in full, and maybe this is where the calculator would come in handy, even though I'm not going to use it, I would graph 2 log base 10. And remember, the log base, the regular log in your calculator is log base 10. So you can just plug this straight into your calculator. Of x, what did I say h was? Negative 3. So x, in this case, if h is negative 3, this is going to be plus 3 plus k. K is going to be 4. I would plug this right into my calculator and make sure that it goes through the point negative 2, 4. Now, I made a little tiny mistake here. I'm going to cross that out because they're giving me this version of the formula, which I don't like. I'm not used to that. I'm used to this version of the formula that I created. So in my case, we are going to say that the h that they want is going to be positive 3. So that's kind of annoying. And the k that they want is still going to be 4. But again, the reason why the calculator here might be useful is if you were to graph this guy right here into a graphing calculator and see and double check like your table, because it would go through negative 2, 4. Just make sure it goes through negative 2, 4 on your table, and you'll be in good shape.